And we are live. Welcome everybody to Saturday at 5 p.m. and as per usual, though we are a couple of minutes late today because we've been trying to
Damn you, Peter.
suss out how we can actually get somebody on as a third camera. So if anybody out there has got any information that can help us, so we can sort Discord out and actually get a third camera in, that
All you tech boffins out there,
yeah, that will allow us.
Discord
to
is
do it
not playing
properly.
ball with us. So me and War Jack, Schitt Gaming, is we're gonna share a screen today. We're just getting close and cozy over here in that second monitor. So yeah.
It gets cold in the winter.
It's how we like it. We like it cozy. You know what I mean? I mean, not last week, but the week before, we were pretty cozy when I was sat on Martin's knee at his house.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't have his own chair.
It's how we like it. Right. So what I would like to do is we'll introduce ourselves. That would be a good start. Welcome everybody to Bollocks and Banter, the 4th episode. We are going to discuss a lot of stuff, so stay around and you'll find out what that is. But my name is Peter, aka DigiPete Gaming. I'm here. I'm joined by, as per usual,
My man, Dr. Beard, Martin. You know, you can call me whichever you want.
Call him
And we
whatever
have a
you want.
special
You
guest.
don't have to call him Martin or Dr. Beard, just literally call him whatever you want. Or
Whatever you
you.
want.
I normally say "or you" to him.
And I'll introduce the next bearded guy as well. So we have with us as a special guest and interviewee on this week's episode, Billy McLeod. McLeod. Just thought I'd clarify that up with whilst we're on stream. I'll let him introduce himself and he can tell you a bit about his background and why we've actually brought him on the show.
I'm Billy, also known as Jack Schitt Gaming. Sort of relatively new to the streaming world, but I've been on a few streams with both the guys, and they asked me if I wanted to be involved, so I thought, why not?
Hell yeah.
So, as you said there, Billy has been in quite a number of our streams. He does stream himself. He's doing very well. He's just over 300 followers. He's only
301.
just behind where I am. And together we are just behind where Martin is. Martin's been streaming a little bit longer than the rest of us have, aka Dr. Beard. But yeah, we brought Billy on because we think it's a good way of getting another opinion, somebody who can either, well, he's got to bow down to and agree to everything we say. That was part of the principle that he comes on the show. But no.
You didn't tell me to read the fine print.
No, so Billy obviously could be another input into the games that we discuss about and what we think about them. And if it works really well, then we're going to make this. We're going to try and do this regular. See who we can bring on and see how it works. But yeah, I mean that's it really for this one. We're just gonna mash it out. See how it goes. See how it works. And see if everybody enjoys the content. Let me just, because I'll get the chat box up. That would be a good start, so I can actually see what's going on. Because I didn't have it up there. I was too busy watching the stream. I was making sure that functions properly. But yeah, right. What we'll start with is Billy is unbanned. Finally, it's took a little bit of a while, but due to his name, aka Jack Schitt, which is obviously.
Starting off, let's hear a little self. Very
You are
controversial.
quite laggy there, Martin.
Yeah, you went really lagging, Martin.
Are you doing something on your end that you shouldn't be doing?
He's having a slow-mo disco.
Okay. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's a bit better there. Yeah.
No, I've knocked stuff off just in case. All good.
Yeah, that's
yeah. So I was just saying, very controversial name in the old Activision point of view.
I've heard worse.
Controversial name on the old Activision point of view, right?
There's been a hell of a lot worse than
your
Jack
recent
Shit Gaming over the
Activision
years, man.
issues.
Yeah, there is it's spelled SCHITT, so it's obviously not. It's close to and pronounces the same, but it's not spelled the same. But after having variations of it for a number of years, he's finally been banned from having it by Activision. But he's been released from jail, from Activision jail, so he's back at it. Well, I say back at it. Like myself, Jack likes to stream a number of games, and he was streaming one today, wasn't you, Jack?
Yeah. I was streaming Elden Ring this afternoon. Did a 3-hour stream of that.
And he really annoyed me because when I played it, I was struggling to get through the game and understanding how it was functioning and where to go and what to do. Jack jumped into it and just started slaying people and moving through the land like he'd been there before.
He couldn't watch it because he was just getting jealous.
Yeah, I had to leave before he got sent some nasty messages.
Oh, you missed me getting absolutely destroyed by the boss, one of the bosses. It was funny.
I genuinely just go into like a cave and there's something in there that kills me every time. I've just been on it before this as well.
I seen you were on it.
Right, so what we want to discuss really today is we'll come back to Elden Ring later if we've got time. But what we're going to discuss is there's been a few more updates on Call of Duty. We played a few games. We played a tournament as well, which was hella fun. I really enjoyed that. And I think we're going to start off there, Matt, and I think that's a good point to start off on.
So what with the tourney we were talking about, right? The old it was the £300 hide and seek tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I coming through loud and clear?
You are, yeah, go on.
Yeah, come through for me.
That's okay. Yeah, so at the start there was a delay there. £300 tourney. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I didn't know how it would go. I thought maybe it's one of two ways this could go out. We had, you know what I mean. It's one of those where I think what was 150 odd players dropping into Caldera. You had 4 hunters, and then every other team was the hunted. The rules were no guns. You could pick up your loadout for your perks only.
That's no guns for the hunted.
No guns for the hunted. You could have your perks and you could have tacticals. The tacticals were not to hit at anyone. They were purely that you could use a stun to get away, but you weren't allowed to hurt or kill the hunters. You couldn't use your Molotovs on them directly, but you could use them, say, as a distraction. The game went on for 3 games. It was £100 per round. So initially I thought, it'd be like very much, let's run. You know, we'll be running through. There might not be a lot to do. It's a big map, you know what I mean. That's a lot of land to run over for quite a long time before you're going to be seen by 4 people. But we had a good laugh. It was, I had a little bit of a home review sort of section. You know, I was reviewing bushes to see their effectiveness at stealth and whether they provided the comfortable living that you would like for a campy game such as. And then the end circles were just carnage. They were just absolute carnage.
It was as well, because it was honestly, even though it was such a slow build up getting from the plane, because the hunters dropped at the final point. So where the plane stops, wherever that was on Caldera. The hunters dropped there, so we knew where they were dropping. So what we did is we dropped early and we would go and do recon, so we had a rough idea of where the circle was going to be. But then you just run across Caldera. You're waiting for your loadout to come in, so you can go and get your perks, which we'll discuss, because obviously there's certain perks in that we want to do. To obviously do as best we could in the game, in accordance with what the rules said of what the hunters were using, which obviously afflicted how we were doing that. And I spoke to Billy, because Billy watched it as well. Billy, I think it was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I was watching all 3 of your streams, so both of you guys and Poppies as well. And it made me want to be part of it, because I know you had me on the subs bench because of being banned, I couldn't join. But it was fun to watch, and it was fun to see your reactions, basically.
Yeah, because like I was saying, it's quite a slow build up, knowing that they're going to be roughly dropping it one side of the map. The circle on I think a couple of games was bad circles, wasn't it? And we were pushing you towards where the hunters were anyway, weren't they? If I remember right.
Well, 2 out of the 3 games, the circle happened to just be. You could see where it was going to go. You know when it comes like right off the edge of the match, and the rules were the hunters always had to land at the end of the runway, the end of the flight path. So 2 out of the 3 games, the circles were pretty much, you knew they were going bang over where they were. But I tell you what though, despite the long build up, the anxiety of being shot at, especially when you're running as a team, because you see, our tactic was right. We'll run. We'll stick together to get a loadout, then we'll split off. You are allowed to do buybacks, yeah. So if we figured if the hunters caught up with 1, then the other 3 are safe. But then we very quickly were like, well, actually, initially we were thinking we split off straight away, but then we realised loadout. To get loadouts, we're gonna have to likely, be together, get the money quick, get loadout, get our perks, so we can run restock and get our stims, so we can quickly get out there if we need to.
It was remembering that as well, because how many times did we run away from each other?
Well, we sort of kind of, every time we were near each other, I just had this fear that if one bullet passes it, one of us, that's it, we're all dead. You know what I mean? No shots or anything, you couldn't do anything about it. And that was so funny. I mean, once you had your loadout, it was a bit of a relax, let's all run off, we'll just do our own thing.
Yeah.
And then we still ended up back in each other's pockets, didn't we?
Well, it wasn't that as well. It's when you're running in, right? Obviously, you've got there's 100 and so many people around you, all running in a similar direction, jumping off cliffs, opening parachutes, this, that, and the other, opening boxes, and your reactions and your nerves are just going haywire because you hear the shoot open up behind you. And you're like, oh my! And your first reaction is like somebody's coming in to kill me here. So you start sprinting off, you're jumping off, and you just and the next they land and they're running away and they're trying to get away as well. And your nerves are so high, it's absolutely mental.
Yeah, it was. Sorry.
I think from my perspective, watching it, I was like having watched all 3 of you doing it. Everyone seemed to have the same idea.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're all running around like headless chickens to begin with, and then every team was doing the exact same as you guys were. Yeah. So I was being anxious for you guys, knowing that everybody else was doing the same thing as you guys as well.
Because I said that, didn't I? Because we were on about splitting up and all that, right? But as I was watching it, moving through the game, seeing how the other players were playing it, and they were still in their groups of 4 and the quads, and they weren't splitting up. And I was like, why are we splitting up then? Why are we running away from everybody? But yeah, we ended up just back together.
I mean, as well though, like when the loadout come in, I'm pretty sure at one point we were going to crash the server. We had. I've never seen so many loadouts drop in one place at once. It's mad though, because you're looking around, right, and you might see 1, maybe 2 people, kind of off in the distance a little bit. So you're thinking, right, okay, I wonder where everyone is. Then suddenly a loadout comes, and about 60 loadouts drop around. You're thinking, what the hell? And then you realise everyone just comes running out of a bush or behind a rock or something like that. Everyone just runs to get their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was madness. But with every person we saw, it was a case of like, did they have a gun? Did they have a gun?
Yeah.
And then what was worse is some people started to run a gun just to use the scope so they could see further. So we're thinking, well, are they the hunter? It was madness.
Well, there was that time when they caught up the ladder, wasn't it? On one of the games. But as they got on the ladder, you didn't see that they had the gun, so you didn't realise they were actually person. I didn't hear them, but they got up, started shooting at you, and I was out the window. I was gone. I was like that.
Well, yeah. For what it's worth, I got out the window. I stimmed. I was nearly away, but I got caught on the little round bits on the top of the roof. It just slowed me down for a split second, and that I mean, who's to say I wouldn't have died anyway after? But I was nearly off and away on that roof. You know what I mean? I had another stim in pocket and everything.
I learned a lot about the use of stims in that game because when I first was using them, I was literally just using them to run. I wasn't I wasn't looking at my life, how much health I had or anything. I was literally just using it to run. Whereas now I've learned about using it not just to run as well, but to get your life back up. So get away, let them get your life down, stay in the gas until your life's close, until you're nearly dead, and then get your stim in. So it gives you.
Hence the tactic of restock. Restock was so useful.
Yeah. So we're talking about perks. Did you see the perks that we're using? Did you, Billy?
I didn't see them fully. No. So I wasn't quite sure what you were using.
Let's see what your thoughts would be, understanding that what the rules were that the hunters could use and couldn't use. So they weren't using a UAV. They weren't allowed to use them. They weren't using heartbeat sensors, and they could run the gun, and they weren't allowed to use thermals on the weapons either. And I think they were the biggest things that swayed the decision of the perks that we want to use. We could use all of our. We couldn't use a weapon. You could run one, but you couldn't use it. You weren't allowed to shoot anybody, so you weren't allowed to injure anybody. You could run all your you could run your stuns and that, your stims, your molotovs and all stuff like that. I mean, the molotovs you could use it as a distraction by putting it in the water and creating smoke, so that was a possibility. So what perks would you have run from there?
High alert.
High alert, yeah, it was a positive. We thought something when we were talking about that though, so go
on. Whatever the one that makes you sprint a lot quicker.
Yeah, so double time.
That's it. Yeah. I can't think. Can't think of another one.
We didn't use high alert because, obviously the hunt, you could see if the hunters were looking at you. You'd also see if the other 100 people in the lobby were looking at you.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Your high alert would have been going absolutely nuts. So we were thinking about that. They're not using UAVs or anything like that, so we thought there's no point in Ghost.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And we ended up running. So we ended up running restock, and using stims because it was either stims or stuns, and we thought stims is probably going to be more beneficial in the closer circles running around the gas. What was the ones, Martin?
What for the
perks that we're using?
For the I remember I used double time restock, and I used the one that lessens the damage from
wasn't it?
Shrapnel. I think it was. I can't remember what you call it, but it's the one that lessens the damage
from stuns,
through stuns and other tacticals.
Yeah.
Because we thought if people are using stuns in the final circle and start flinging them about, then that stops us from being stunned as hard. And we can
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone could have anticipated how those last circles would go. They were bigger, more carnage than I ever imagined. I didn't think.
The one that I seen that was absolutely mental was the I think it was in docks or something like that.
Yeah, that was
where you two were up the tower.
Yeah.
I was mainly concentrating on Poppy at that point. She was on a roof, and then all of a sudden, all the loadouts just come in at one point, and it was like, hang on a minute, there's like 80 people still here. Like, how is this not crashing the server type thing?
Yes.
We had a few.
I was just wetting myself as I was watching the threes that were streaming it, like play it, and I was just like, wow, this is just so funny. I want to go on this.
Yeah.
I've seen one where so I've seen a streamer do a video where they dropped all the loadouts in, but it was more than what was on because they did it single player. So there's literally 150 loadout drops coming in a single player.
Marley that did that.
Yeah,
Marley
crashed the server. So I was expecting some issue.
Yeah.
When you seen all them coming in.
That was my immediate thought, basing it off of that video as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said some funny stuff like that when he had the entire server throw a stun grenade at the same time. It just lights up the map and everything stops moving.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Love it. We'll have to try some of them.
Done some good ones, like they're funny. So, the final circles as well. There's you don't realise because you're getting, it's literally, you can see it. It's like literally the final circle. It's closed in, and now that is just. And there's still 40 or 50 people left. And you're like, where are these people? And I remember on that dock one, I had that UAV. Was it
Yeah.
the dock one or was it the other one? And one of them anyway. I had the UAV, and I popped it just to see. And the amount of red that popped up on there, right? But how many were in the gas? They weren't moving. They were just there for like ages. I was like, how are they doing that? It's like
it never occurred to me, but like if you stick together as a team, you sit in the gas, you throw down a munitions box. See, this is my tactic for next time. I'll give you away.
Yeah.
At least 2 to 3 is run munitions boxes. You carry restock with your stims.
Yeah.
You could be stimming for at least 6 to 8 times. That's quite a bit of time.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
And if you can tactically decide where the circle might land, you don't have to move for a while. It gives you a good shot of being in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
And that last game I was in, I think, was the best we did, which was 5th. I think we came 5th.
We did, yeah.
And
the last one,
I
yeah,
had 2 stims left, and I stimmed into the gas, and I used 2 of them, and I flanked right wide. And if it wasn't for one of the hunters being right out there, which just one of them was, that would have made all the difference, That would have been. But
it doesn't help when you get executed by a rando either. By accidentally, I might add.
Yeah, which the rules were if you killed anybody, you were disqualified. But it was absolutely fine for him to kill you. And they're like, but he never won. It was like, it's not the point. What about if you might have won? I thought that was a little bit.
There was a. I mean, to be fair, we both were getting shot at as that happened, and he died, and so did I.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I think we were 8th in that match.
Yeah.
We
it was our first one, wasn't it? It was our first one. The thing is,
it was one by the hotel.
One team won 2 of those games, didn't they? They won the first and the third.
They did, yeah. Squad. I mean, that right there, that first game taught me the tactics that I used in the third game. That's why I got to 5th place. You can look so invisible when the people are concentrating on shooting that many moving targets. They're not looking at the stationary targets.
Yeah.
You lay down an extra rock and you are sorted.
Yeah.
I noticed that with you in the second game as well. When you laid down, they ran right past you.
They did, yeah. They're
not looking for you. There's so much going on. They're not looking for you. So actually, you use that against them, and it worked. And we nearly got it.
We were close.
I think there was a couple of people between us being 5th and 1st on that last game. So.
Well, yeah, 4.
Yeah, but like what I mean is, it wasn't 4 full teams. It was just literally a couple of people because most of the teams were already dead. We were so close, and they mowing down 4 people who were without guns in a circle that small. I mean, it was just by chance that they shot me before the next guy. It was a lottery at that point.
Just to point out there, because Poppy made a good thing. We did mention this at the beginning of the stream, Poppy, that we did try and split the cameras up. So we run this on Discord because obviously we're not all sat in the same house, and we've had a bit of issues trying to split the camera screens up so that we could put them on as separately on the actual stream. So that we're not shrinking people down, like you say, shrinking Martin.
I think we'll be moving away from Discord for the next one. I believe. I think Discord isn't necessarily the way.
Yeah, we're gonna have a look at other ways of doing this, so we can obviously give the best chat as well, but also give the best visual experience and being able to see people as well.
Suggestion for you is, if you want to hear my 2 cents for it,
go on.
Why don't you try it on Zoom or something like that?
Yeah, we're gonna have a look at Zoom or Teams.
That's it. Zoom and Teams, I think, are 2 in my head that I was gonna go to as an next. But we'll work. We'll have a play about after the stream.
It's a learning curve. It's the first time we've had to do a triple camera split. Well, at least a double camera split anyway on a Discord.
Poppy just doesn't want to get this close to me when she's on next week.
Yeah, that's what it is. What she's saying is that she doesn't want you. She doesn't want.
Please don't let me share that space with him.
What she really means is she doesn't want to be shrunk down on when she comes on. That's
I thought that would be more the case.
Yeah, I think it's all about her, isn't it? It's me with Poppy.
Yeah.
Right.
Moving swiftly on, I think the tournament was good, but and we'll have to get into another one.
The next one's going to be good because we're going to run it.
Yeah, well, we've been
Sweet.
discussing it, haven't we, behind the scenes? If we can pull some numbers, definitely should go ahead.
Yeah. So
But
keep
you
an eye
posted.
out for anybody that obviously follows either me or Martin on our streaming pages. There will be updates coming out. I think in a few weeks' time we might be able to get it set up and run one of these. So if you want to get in, let us know and we'll tell you to bugger off and we'll pick who we want. Not money, John. Let us know.
Put my name down for it.
Let us know, and if the space is, it'll be first come first served. So if the space is there, we'll get you in on it, and if it goes really well, then we can make it a something that we can do on a regular occasion. And look at other ones that we can do as well.
The show.
What else? What else is there? Right. So let's discuss Warzone. Let's discuss little bits that have been added since we were last on air.
Iron Trials.
Iron Trials. Yeah, let's start Iron Trials.
What do you all think of Iron Trials?
I suck at them.
You suck at them? Right, just cut them off now. I'm enjoying.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I've played a few games of it on there, and I don't think it's that bad. Some of the guns, and I'm bringing this up because I've literally just watched a video before we came online. Some of the guns that they're putting in the map. Remember, obviously, in Iron Trials, your health gets increased. Yep. So you're harder to kill.
Yeah.
There is, I think, one of the single shot rifles is one shot kill on the head. The ground loot rifle, one shot kill on the head when you've got increased health as well.
I think it's the SKS.
It's not the SKS. It's something similar to that though. Because I don't think the SKS is in this.
Oh, okay.
In Iron Trials, it's not one of the type.
Give me 2 seconds and I will have the name.
One of the rifles is it the tac rifles?
Rang.
SV. Something. I don't know.
I mean, I'll just throw my 2 pence in right now. I'm not a huge fan of Iron Trials. Never was. I played it when it was back in Verdansk. When it come on then. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the extra loot, but that TTK, I'm not a fan of that TTK.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, especially because the one worst thing, I found this last night because I had a quick go again last night. I've had a few games of the Iron Trials Rebirth now. It's not even Rebirth, is it? You got a Gulag, but still.
Yeah.
The muscle memory, that I have. I know how long to shoot someone for. I don't think about it. My fingers just do it. I know if I'm hitting them in the torso, I know how long I need to be hitting them for, and I pull away and I look for the next person, and I know I've downed that person, unless they've downed me.
That was one of my biggest issues when Caldera first came out. Right, was the TTK was not right.
And that's the thing right there. So I have to stop and actively think about it now, and that just slows them reactions down a little bit for the other stuff. Poppy's just throwing in that I don't have a brain. Poppy, you can go to hell. I'm only joking. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like in a chaos kind of map where you've got a small map with a fairly large number of people. It's sweaty, quick-paced. You always kind of having to be looking here, there, and everywhere. Take people down, turn an angle. It ruins the flow. It doesn't work. I don't like it. Especially in duos. I mean, if it was actual Rebirth with trios or quads, I guess it could work a bit better. But you've got a Gulag in there. Duos, even when it's Rebirth, is already campy. It's horrible. And now you've thrown in a Gulag, which makes it more campy, with better guns, and it takes a million years to kill everyone. It's just broken.
I couldn't agree. Like, some of the guns on the ground are. It's even the LMGs. I was setting up some of my guns right on Iron Trials. I was setting them up right, and then I was picking the ground loot over my guns that I'd set up because it was a better setup. That was because it wasn't fully leveled up, but the guns were absolutely beasts. But then you're shooting people, and as you say, the TTK is different, and you're trying to get used to that, which I think is bad if you want to be good at the actual base game, because you then getting the wrong. Say you kill somebody on Rebirth, right? You're taking that longer time to shoot them. You get used to doing it. You don't have to think about it. As Poppy says, you don't have a brain. You just don't think about it. Your body just does it. Muscle memory. When you go back to Caldera, if you're running against duos, trios, or quads, you shoot one person. You're going to be trying to shoot them for a longer period than what it would take, and then you're going to be spending less time concentrating on their squad members, and you're going to be, there's more chance of you being killed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now Jack probably hasn't played much at the moment of Call of Duty because he likes to stream other games, but he's also just been unbanned, as we mentioned. But he has, as you say, he's played a lot of Call of Duty with us. What's your thoughts on him?
He's the loadout king. He's the loadout king.
He's the loadout king.
He is the loadout king.
Come on, tell the viewers what the loadout king means.
Basically, loadout king is I tell Beardy what guns are slapping.
When I need a new gun, I basically just get in touch with Billy.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I've unlocked this gun. What do I need for it? And I tell him pretty much every time.
There you go, people. If you need a new loadout, if you want to know what the meta is, if you're struggling with what to run, give Billy a shout, and he can, for a small fee, he can get you up and going.
There you go. A cheeky little like on your stream, and he'll tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate.
200 stars activates the meta loadout build that he's got, and he'll tell you everything on his stream. So
the thing is, like he'll come in and he'll go, right, oh, this gun is the one to use, and I'll be like, right, yeah, I'll maybe try it, but I'll be like cracking on with another gun for a bit, and then like eventually I'll get round to using the gun that he mentioned like 2 or 3 weeks before, and it's just amazing. And I'm like, this gun's amazing. He's like, yeah, I know, I told you like 3 weeks ago.
Every time he's like, oh yeah, I love this gun. I'm like, yeah, I told you to use it like donkeys ago, mate.
So yeah, the one that I've listened to him about, and I'm gonna level it up. I've actually set it up in Vanguard to get it going. The Vault, right? The Vault is just beautiful. I love that gun. In it's not great in Vanguard, but in Warzone it's beautiful.
In Rebirth, it's brilliant.
It's just so nice. It sticks to people. It's just and it hits hard. Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
I kind of liken it to the Modern Warfare M13 at the minute.
Yeah, it's that sort of gun for sure. Yeah, and the well gun.
I'm still has a stopping power of it.
I'm still on. I mean, you mentioned the well gun again. You told me a while back, and I didn't distrust your judgment. I just hadn't used it because I didn't have one to use because you have to unlock it. And then they've put it on ground loop now, and if there's one there, that's the gun I pick up. It is beautiful, and I went on Caldera the other day, and I dropped on you know where near the airfield where all the like little huts are, and I was just tearing people apart on around there with a well gun, just bringing that well gun.
Well,
fighting
if you go out to Rebirth now, if you go to Rebirth and get the M1 Grand, then you'll be ripping people. So that's the gun I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Just before I move on to the other gun there, the well gun, you have to do 10 aim down sight SMG kills over 15 matches. So yeah, I'm 2 games away. I'm 2 games away from getting that beautiful little machine.
I'm pretty close.
But
as well.
yeah, if you want it, if you want it, you have to go. Have you done 5? Have you?
I'm 15 away then.
It's 15 games. And I'm pretty sure
down sight kills.
It has to be aim down sight, yeah. So, which is a damn shame. So, not that I
it's
don't
so
trust
much
you on
easier
that
to
one,
unlock
Billy.
Vanguard.
Not that I don't trust you on that one. I just don't have it yet.
You just run hardcore. Just stand in the corner, aim down sight.
Yeah. Or do it in
that's not a bad shot.
is it Das House map in Vanguard itself?
I've not struggled to do it on the normal mode, to be honest with you. I've just been running domination. I was slapping 30 to 50 kills each match of the day. It's easy. The only time I was outgunned is I was beaming people across map with an MP40, and a lot of the time I was getting the kills. To be fair, unless they shot back.
I've not been on.
Just their proper guns.
I've not been on Vanguard. I can't even remember the last time I was on it. It's been such a long time.
You know what it is? It's a brilliant little game. It really is. I mean, I know it's not very well reviewed in terms of its numbers. It seems to not be as well performing as others, but I think they did a good job with the engine in it. If you play it now, Peter, I think you'll enjoy it again. I've been on it 2 or 3 times in the last week and a half, and every time I go back on it, it just kind of hits us again. It's like, wow, it's actually the movements are so nice. It's a good game.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've enjoyed it. Like the time that I have played it since the day it was released, I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that bad of a game. I thought it was alright.
I enjoy Vanguard.
I'm going to hell, boo. I need an effing exorcism. Don't drink nearly a full bottle of vodka, kids. So I think Poppy may have a sore head from her charity.
I think she's still drunk.
She's a bit fragile.
I think she might be a bit fragile.
Bit fragile.
Have you played any of the Iron Trials yet, Billy? Have you ever been on?
No. Unless it was when I jumped on with you two the other night.
No, I think that was Iron Trials.
It's duos only.
Yeah, it's duos only. We did some. So we need to get on it. We need to jump on and I want to play it a bit more. Though it annoys me, and like I was saying, I think it's going to ruin. Well, to be fair, it's not going to ruin my gameplay on Caldera or the normal Rebirth at the moment, because I don't think I could get any worse at the moment. So I think I'm fine there. So I can run the TTK on there and how many to kill. But I just want to try some of the weapons that they're putting out there that they've broken on the game. So I might jump on and get a few games in.
Yeah.
What else is there? So in Caldera, there's the update on there as well, isn't there? Which they've actually brought out those trucks now that you can run down and destroy. The ones that will try and destroy you as you try to destroy them, and you can get the Nebula Bomb from.
Yes, I did see that in Plunder.
Have you seen it on there? Yeah, I didn't know. Well,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
So I wonder what that was. I've been on Plunder a couple of times just to do warm ups or a couple of kills here and there, and I keep seeing this Nebula Bomb, but I'm not really sure what it was. I didn't. So that must be.
It's not just in Plunder; it's on the normal game mode as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's where I've seen it.
Obviously, you've got the Nebula rounds, haven't you? You've got the Nebula rounds. You've got the factory where you can activate the gas and that there. And now with these trucks, they follow a prescribed route around the map, and you can go and destroy them. But if you get close to them, they will start shooting at you, and they hit you as well, like hard. If once they're nearly destroyed, they'll call in an air support as well. So in one of the maps that I jumped in, I went to go and try and destroy one, and then we got surrounded by a fair number of teams. But somebody came in. Know those trucks that have got the air defense on the back?
Oh, the ones with the anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah, the anti-aircraft gun on the back. They're just bringing them in and blowing the truck up like so quick. Like just smashing it up. And you get a lot of loot from them as well. I watched a video on it because I never actually destroyed one myself. So obviously I had to research it, I watched a video on it, and you get a lot of loot from them, right? But the talk about this bomb, and like obviously with this nebula gas, and obviously the building the season 2 around all this gas stuff and all that, it's pretty poor. It's like, I think it is not even worth trying to go for. Have you seen it being put off? Have you seen one being activated?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So
I've not been on Caldera this week, to be honest.
When it's activated, right, everybody in the area gets a notification that's been activated. It takes about 25 seconds to blow up, and it probably blows up the radius of what's the radius? Do you know the actual factory where the nebula gas is?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that compound where the factory and the buildings are, right? It'll probably reach an area about that big, which isn't that large. And considering people got 25 seconds to get away from it, it might even, right? I don't even think it would, but it might fill the final circle.
Right. I think it would, yeah.
Right, which is quite a smallish area. Like as you've come down and that is it, the final circle. It might fill that, but 25 seconds notice as well.
It's more than enough time to get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't understand where or how or what you would use it for.
Well, there we go. That's a mission for the next week.
Has anybody else seen this? Anybody in the chat? Have you actually set one off, or have you seen one being set off, whether it be in game, on a video somebody's posted? Has anybody in chat actually seen it? Do you think I don't understand why it's in the game. I genuinely don't understand why it's in the game. I think it's an absolutely pointless addition.
I watched a team in Plunder, so I was doing Plunder on my own just to level up a couple of guns.
Yeah.
And I've seen a team using RPGs, bazookas, whatever you want to call them, firing at it by the docks. So I was in like the little army camp just above the docks.
Yeah.
And I was looking down on them, firing it, and I was just like, what's the point of this? You get a bit of extra loot. And then killed all 4 of them, and I was just like, right, so it just gets me a bit of extra money, so what?
I haven't played a Caldera in a while, so I streamed. And it looked like it was. Hold on, let me just see what Poetry. And it expanded so much, it's like so bad. What, the gas expanded? Did it? See, the way Poppy said it there is if like the gas expanded further than what I seen, it was not that large really. I didn't think it was that big. I just don't understand. Now Billy's saying there obviously when they destroyed it, we've got the extra loot. I've seen the loot. If you're in game, the money that you can get up from that, it looks like there was probably 4, 5, 6, if not more, of the big cash bundles.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
With the big bags.
Yeah. So if you well, I didn't see the bags. I just seen the bundles. So if there's bags as well, it looks like there's a lot of money that you can get out of those trucks, and it'll be good in game. But as for that, but for the bomb, I just don't understand why it's in there.
Yeah.
I think it's a further distraction from like just to get people out of the way with.
I just get frustrated though. No one to do like. They do updates and we'll do this, we'll do that. Krampus for one point, right? They thought that was good, right? It was good. They thought I don't know what they thought it was going to bring to the game or what positive.
Pure annoyance.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I just
distract you from all the things that don't work while you're being chased around by Krampus.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good tactic actually.
I suppose it exposed you, like because you were shooting at Krampus and. Other teams like kind of were like, hang on, that's close.
Yeah, let's go push them.
I did see a video with J-God and he used Krampus as like a second person, and would just get Krampus to follow him. And when Krampus was then distracted by another player that was in the area, because that player got scared because Krampus was there and thought it was coming from him. J-God was just then killing that other person and was like using Krampus as a backup. It was pretty funny to be honest.
Yeah.
That was the only time I've ever seen any sort of positivity. Not on the obviously the other players. It was more for J-God than the other players. But that was the only time I've ever seen positivity from it. But yeah, I just don't understand. I like the Nebula rounds. I think the factory's pointless. It is good to run around and fight in because there's a lot of platforms, different heights, being able to view over them, view through the floor, see people run about, and there's a lot of ways up and down. I think the factory works well as a platform for fighting in. I've set the gas off in there. That was absolutely pointless. I don't understand what that was about. And the actually Nebula Bomb as well. I don't understand what that's about either. So I think overall, a third of the stuff to put in this update is pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. From the little that I've played.
Well, yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything more to say on it, to be honest.
No, I don't think there is. Right, what I will go on to though is when I played Iron Trials, Rebirth, the first couple of games were absolutely awful. And the reason is I was playing with randomers. And there were bad randomers.
Random games.
Oh, honestly, it's such an irritation when you get into a game. This is a team-based, multiplayer, first-person shooter. Like, you've got to work together to get through the game and win. You jump in with a
Yeah,
random
no one has headset.
Yeah, no headset. No headset. What you doing playing a game that has a lot of audio within the game that you need to listen out for, and you're not wearing a headset, or you are wearing a headset and then you're not talking on the mic. Why not talking on the mic? If you can't speak the same language, I've had a lot of people that come on and ask if you can speak Spanish, French, or whatever.
Hell, some French comms would do. At least you're trying. I like the effort.
Yeah, and then
I don't know what the hell they're saying, but at least they're trying.
Yeah, and it was just it's so frustrating, and I'm guessing you've had the same experiences as well.
Well, actually, funny enough, I've met some of my pretty long-term followers through random games. Actually, so for every cloud has a silver lining.
I have, and I'm not
the lads clan. So the lads clan with Patty lad and his bunch. You got Georgia and Matty and a few others, and I met them through random games because I was jumping on Rebirth one night. I can't remember who I was supposed to be playing with, but they weren't on, so I dropped a couple of randoms, and he had it. Well, it was very much a, you know how you go through so many teams without microphones. Well, he had a microphone, and I was like, someone with a microphone. So naturally, you kind of like making up for lost conversation that you didn't have in the last 16 games. So, and he was like, it was funny because we lost the match pretty early on, but he had a mic, so I said, "Do you want to have another one? I'll ping you an invite." And that was it. And then from there, he said, "Oh, you're streaming. You followed me page, and that's it. He's a regular now." So good expansion potential.
I've met there's a number of people that I've played with, and I still continually play with now, and that's through the jumping in with them as randomers. I think one of the ones was me and you, Martin, wasn't it? Didn't we? Was it Josh?
No, Josh. Josh is a follower I've picked up through a friend of a friend who he used to work with. It was one of those.
I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it was me and you. We were playing and we were on Verdansk at one time, and we played with this lad, and he was a pretty beast.
It wasn't the Irish lads, was it? There was a couple of Irish lads.
I can't remember, but there's been a number. I've got another couple as well that are on my page. They're some of my top followers, and I do try and play with them when I can, when I'm on, when I'm not obviously odds for streaming and what. And there is some positivities to it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sit here and just slag it off altogether. Just
two of my best mates were randoms. I literally jumped on. They're both Dutch. One of them I jumped on in a random game with. Just started chatting to him. Become quick friends, and then the next match I jumped on with his missus.
Nice.
Oh,
so
Snappy.
They're both really close friends of mine now.
Snappy was a random.
Snappy was a random. Yeah, I've not played with Snappy in a long time.
I know, I've not heard of him, but we're friends with him on Facebook now and everything. I mean, Snappy. I remember I was just going through. I come across somebody some local to me, and he was playing with a random, who was Snappy, and then him and that random fell out, and I carried on playing with Snappy, and that was it. Yeah. And then I was still friends with both of them on Xbox at the time. And I would have to go one or the other because they didn't like each other. And then naturally the other one just kind of fell away and Snappy kind of stuck about. And,
I've played a few games, not just this as well. I played other games with Snappy. We've had a good laugh.
Me and Snappy were a pretty golden little we became quite solid actually. Yeah. We played back. We were all complete bots, and then we just kind of gelled, and we used to dominate some good situations because we just I don't know. We had a good thing going for a while. We'd probably be hash now. If we jumped in now, we'd probably be like...
Yeah, we probably would be. Well, we never know. We don't know. But
we get Kieran Ryan up in here.
Both of yous were randoms to me until we did the Back for Blood stream.
Fair one, yeah.
So how...
I'd known of Dr. Beard anyway through Numbskull, but I never knew of you, Pete. I'd never been on games with either of you until we did the Back for Blood stream.
To be fair, it was yourself and Poppy. I didn't know either of you two until obviously we did that stream together.
Peter was new to this stream, and like after me, weren't you? And I'd kind of already started to go into a few communities.
Mm.
Peter had kind of a few people he was starting to thingy with, and I think that bridge was built, wasn't it, there?
Yeah.
Through the Back for Blood stream.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And I've just another one there as well. Adam Graham, who's just come in and liked the stream, mentioned I met you as a random Pete,
There you go, yeah.
aka Greybeard as well.
That's right.
Another good lad. We play. Well, I mean, we were doing until changed up a few things of when I do stream, and at the moment I don't know when that is. I've got no actual schedule. But we used to do customs, not custom, more streams with Adam and other streamers as well.
Poppy was a bit of a random for me, actually. It was through Numbskull, but it wasn't through Numbskull as such. Going, oh, this is Poppy. This is who you're going to play with. I got invited to play an Overworld tourney, and I had no idea who win. And it was like, boom, there you go, all thrown together. I think Wheels 1910 was with Jamie. I think he was possibly in the match. Poppy somehow ended up in it. I don't know how, but I just met Poppy, and she was just funny. You could tell, like, because obviously when she hadn't played with us before, she was a bit standoffish because she was a bit nervous, like not knowing who I was. But something clicked. Something just clicked there, and then that was it from there. But it was funny. It wasn't the best way to start tourneys, though, man. Christ, we jumped into some pretty sweaty servers. We were in like second and third division sometimes, with people I'd never met or played with in my life. And I'm
that's the thing. You don't know how you're going to play it together, do you?
Yes, you don't have a nah. I mean, in our own right, we all have our strengths, but we didn't know each other's comms. We didn't know who was going to lead. You know, like, it was a car crash, but it was fun.
Just go on. You're going to say something there, Billy?
Yeah, I come across Beard in that tournament because I was streaming with Numbskull, streaming Alien Combat, whatever it was, Alien game, and then my stream completely had a nosedive and broke. So Beardy was doing it as a duos with Wills, I think it was, and you were doing all right, and then he jumped on with you guys. That's how I discovered yous.
Was it? Because the first one I ever did, I filled in for Mike Daniel. Because he couldn't make it to the stream for some reason. He was away or something. So I filled a spot for him, and he was able to watch the stream because he was wherever he was watching it, and he straight away was like, yes. Like, I don't know, it's just something, and then it kind of built from there. Really, that's when I started to sort of meet you all. I think you come over after Alison come over to my stream. Alison was obviously well accustomed with Numbskull. She'd come over to my stream. Me, I was just in one of those kind of hyperactive moods. I was being really bouncy. I was kind of being really engaging with the chat, and I think she just kind of stood by. She watched us for a couple minutes, and then she just said to us, I remember, "Yeah, I like you." Actually, she was like, "Yeah, I like your energy. I'm gonna drop you a follow." So it's almost like there was like a minute window of where I was making an impression where she might have just said, "Nah, Scott, sod him," or not. She decided to follow us, and then from then onwards, that's when you come in, Billy, because you just would come in and then argue with each other in my stream.
And got your comments up.
How he did, it was brilliant. But then it was like from stuff like I don't know how we got onto it, but your music taste and things like that. And then we just had long conversations through. I
think you were wearing a Rob Zombie t-shirt or an Aussie t-shirt or something, and I mentioned
probably.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole reason why we do all this. This discussion that we've got going on here, the banter, the friendships, the sharing, the love for gaming, whatever game it is. Because I play a lot of games. I've literally just been on Elden Ring before this. I'm playing the biggest MMORPG at the moment on Steam, which is free. Lost Ark. I'm loving that at the moment. I do Call of Duty. Me and Billy been playing Rust. We all streamed that which one was it, Billy? I can't remember the name for it. The zombie one. Back for Blood. Yeah. We all played that, and this is what it's about. This is why we do it. It is for the love, and it's all for you. Do you know what I mean? We do it for all the people out there, just to
the networking part of it and building that community is just meant. Like I say, there's people I would never have crossed paths with ever in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Had it not been for this, and now I've got a new network of people. It's just I don't know. It's weird because I don't think about it really too often. It's just people in my life, and I just we chat, we play, we do all. I don't really think, but when you do take a moment to step back and think about it, it's kind of like whoa.
Yeah,
That's what.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, 100%.
But
yeah,
yeah,
because I'm in these streams all the time. I try and get in as many as I can. I was in Billy's today, got a few shares out. I think got a follow or two from that. And it's
You
just
got
all about the
25
support.
shares out.
It's all about the support for each other. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, totally.
we love it. It's brilliant. And again with Adam Graham, we come in there, grey beard. A lot of what he does charity. Martin just did another one the other day for charity. Poppy, who's in the chat, well, she was in. I don't know if she's still in. She might have died from all the vodka. But
passed out again.
she's just done a charity stream last night. And
She did.
a lot do it. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's all about the love. And I mean,
Well, actually, yeah, touching upon charity streams, my recent charity stream, I just wanted to actually throw out there a big thank you to everyone who tuned in, took part in any way, shape, or form.
how many how many stars did you make by the end of it?
A lot actually. I've got it written down. Because when them stars come through, they're going straight over. It was
1200.
14,114 stars that night.
Yeah.
So that's equates to pounds, £105.25.
There you go.
That's good going, man.
105 pound for charity.
£105.
Just for a few hours on stream.
3 hours a fortnight.
Yeah, 3 hours a fortnight, which actually was that really good to watch. Martin was just sat there with his little boy, who's autistic, and he just played Fortnite on Martin's PC, and it was
I've still got
really
some
good to watch.
footage
Really
I
good
might
to
try and make a video out of. I mean, he was in his element, and he did some cracking kills, and he had some very funny moments as well. So there should be a video.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
showed us that, Martin.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
You
he
are?
did.
He showed us that when we
He
played
did.
it the
He
other
did.
night.
8 years
did.
old. He was so good at that game. It was mental.
I've not stopped hearing about that though, Billy, because he knew about my stream on Wednesday with you when we played Fortnite. And he knows how many I got, but he keeps coming up as daddy. It's like, what? He's like, how many wins did you get the other night? And I'm like, I think we got 2, maybe 3. I can't remember. He's like, so I got 6. He's like, so you didn't get as many as me? I was like, no, we didn't, Alex.
8-year-old, and he got six kills, and it wasn't even that either, right? He was taking multiple people on his own in quad games, and he was quick scoping people as well. While he's being shot, he's just running up to them and quick scoping.
That was incredible. Yeah. I used that sniper myself the other day, and I got some good shots with it. Yeah. But I did try a quick scope, and that just wasn't happening. Yeah. How the hell he did that, I don't know.
Honestly, there's a lot of reels or snippet videos that you can make from that. And it was as Adam says, it was a great stream. It really was. It was.
I've had lots of good feedback about it. I mean, loads of people have come back to us and messaged us personally and stuff. Said, look, it was great content, loved it, and I think it was good. I mean, I was able to sit and keep the energy going, the conversation going. There was plenty to talk about. People were really, really engaging, which was brilliant. He was in his element because he got to play and he enjoyed being in front of the camera. He loved getting to show off his Seahorse toys and things like that. And yeah, it was just, it couldn't have gone better. You know, we were winging it, but it just went so well, and people were really generous as well. And as I say, I can't wait to make that donation because me and Alex have done a charity stream before for that very same charity. And we played BMNG Drive, which is like a car simulator game. And because I used to watch it on YouTube all the time, so I downloaded it off Steam, and it did quite well. I think we raised like 25 quid, I think, that night. It was the first charity stream I ever did. And he loved it, and I donated to that charity, and they actually personally got back in touch with me and sort of thanked us and asked us a little bit about the page and things. So they made that effort, and I thought, well, that's good. And it's a UK-based charity, and obviously it's something close to my family and me. So, and it was his idea. He come down to us about a week ago, and he was like, Daddy, I was like, what? He says, can we do another charity stream? I was like, yeah, sure. What game do you want to play? He's like, Fortnite. I was like, bro, right, okay. And we planned it, and I reached out to the charity and I said, look, I'm going to do this and try and drum up some more. And I didn't expect to get anywhere near £105, mind. I did not expect that at all. You know, the last charity stream I did with you, Peter,
yeah,
I think I raised 60 odd that night, and that was a full night of
That was
It was three of us, you know, like slapping like funny games. We were dressed up and everything. This whole shebang. This one was just me and Alex sitting in front of the camera chilling, and we smashed it. But
he obviously does it better than you. That's all it is,
yeah,
man.
he does. He does. That's it. I'll just
He is
I'll
the
warm the
star
page up.
attraction.
I'll warm the page up for him, and in 10 years he can take over it.
What was
When he can grow his own beard, he
10
can.
years.
When he grows a beard, when he can grow a beard, he can go it.
If you want to see a grown man get drunk and not able to speak, doesn't play a game properly, and all for charity, then you can go back and watch my charity stream that I done as well. Absolute mess.
Yeah.
So
The funniest bit about that video, I think, was at the end when you were talking to yourself for 15 minutes in front of the camera. I tuned in for that full bit, actually. I was like, this is the best bit of content all night.
Yeah. I've not watched it back, and I don't want to. It's a bit of an embarrassment, but hey, it was all for charity, all for a good cause, as we say.
Yeah. So just again, it's a big shout out, thank you to everyone who took part, who donated, especially as well. I can't wait to send that over because, you know, so I'll email them and I'll share it all with you through my page. Dr. Me Gaming, when that happens.
And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people. We've got another good friend of ours, Grandad Gamer, who does all of his for charity as well. August donated. Greybeard, as I mentioned before, all of his that he gets every month goes. He changes the charities that he does.
I didn't know that.
All for charity. So yeah, it's good if you want to follow these people. I'm sure they would appreciate it. It's good for their channel. But don't forget to follow ours as well. Agree that we want followers.
I've got a few in mind as well, but I'm gonna wait until I hit 500 followers to actually start doing it.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go back.
Really proud. Jack Schitt Gaming, spelt SCHITT. Jack Schitt Gaming, as it says behind his head there. You can see it if he moves.
It's back to front behind me.
On your camera, it is not on mine, unless it is on the actual stream.
No, it looks all right.
Good, right? Anyway, Jack Schitt Gaming on Facebook platform. He's trying to hit his 500 followers. Get those shares out. Get those likes to him. Drop a little message. You know, get him into any communities that you've got that you may not already be a part of.
And we've mentioned all the games that he plays, so you must like one of them.
He's a proper gamer. Honestly, he's a through and through gamer. Like, he's the biggest gamer I know.
Also, do reviews.
Games. He does do reviews. Well, why don't you talk a bit more about that now?
We were going to bring it up later, but we're here now.
No, so jump straight into it.
Oh, I didn't know when you wanted to bring it up. That was all.
Tell us about that adventure.
So the idea of the reviews come across as basically because I play so many different games, and my idea of as being a streamer or a content creator is if I can inspire somebody by playing the game or doing my own honest opinion on any game, no matter what it is, and they go out and download a free game, be it something like Enlisted, like Pete downloaded, or be it Elden Ring or Doom or Dying Light or anything. If I can inspire somebody to pick up any game, that's my job done as a streamer. So I think doing a review adds another aspect of the streaming, but more for offline content, so anyone can see it. So if you guys want to ask me questions on why I wanted to do it, it's like the floor is open to you guys.
What's it called?
It's called Schitt Reviews. So it's spelled the same way as Jack Schitt, and reviews underneath it.
So what games have you reviewed up to now?
I've only done Dying Light 2 at the minute, but I will be. I've come up with 2 concepts for 2 videos for this month. So Elden Ring, I'll give you guys a scoop. Elden Ring's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Having played it today and absolutely fell in love with it. And another one that's going to kind of be kept in the dark a little bit, but that will be the sooner one because I want to get more hours into Elden Ring before I do a proper review on it.
Is this one going to be a follow-on from your previous one, or is it a different game?
No, it's the other one is basically going to be a compilation of my favorite games, essentially.
Right. All right.
and what inspired me to become a streamer or a gamer in the first place.
That sounds
Cool.
good. Sounds good to me.
Where do people find your videos? Are they all on Facebook or?
They will be on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, which is Jack Shit Gaming as well.
All spelt the same, Brill. Nice one.
All
If you
spelt-
want to drop links into the chat, and onto the Bullets and Banter page after the stream, if you want to, you can drop it in as a comment if you can. If not, send it to one of us. And
I
we'll
think
do it.
Adam, I want to give Adam a shout out. He did follow whilst we're live right now.
Yeah.
So I want to give him a shout out and thanks for that, man.
Nice one, Adam.
We will. I need to
drop those socials anyway. We'll get those socials out on links as well.
Yeah, if you want to drop your
Adam,
social on there, Adam, get it banged on. Anybody that's on wants to do a follow. We are obviously not fussed about people sharing themselves on here. Like we say, we do it for the love of gaming. And if we can get other streamers more followers, get more content out there, then we are more than happy to do that. So if you want to stick your links on, this is what it's all about. This is why we're gonna pull people on the channel. Why we've got Billy on today. Do you know what I mean? We're going to talk like we've talked about what he streams and his new venture that he's started up, Schitt Reviews, which is he's only done one at the moment, which is for Dying Light 2, and he could probably, I reckon he can get 2 or 3 from a game. Obviously, it depends on how long the game is.
It's meant to be something like 500 hours long.
On what, Dying Light 2?
Yeah, if I do every single quest in the game.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of content in these games that you could do, and people want to know, especially if you can get them out. If he gets them out pretty early in a game cycle.
That's it. I mean, it's about it's for those who don't know whether they should part with their money.
Yeah, exactly.
As you say, you as a gamer, you like to play these games. You like to share the experience, and you want people to play them. As you mentioned before. So, if you can really kind of put across that point of why they should trust it, then that's what that'll be.
I totally agree, man.
That's exactly what people need, isn't it? I think, and then you're kind of doing them a service, because sometimes people might think, you know what, it's not the game for me, and they might appreciate the fact you've just saved them 40 quid, 50 quid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
At the same time, because it might be, you can review a game and it might not be what it's cracked up to be. I mean, look at Battlefield in 2042. Yeah. That was hyped to bits and it was really sold well. The campaigning department and marketing department for that game deserve a medal because the game was trash.
Well, they may have sold it well, but even I think even Steam were giving discounts.
Well,
this is my
point though. They sold it so well. They sold it so well. Yet, did you really? No, honestly, they sold it so well for it to be as bad as that.
Yeah.
I'm a skeptical person when it comes to games. I've been burned before with sequels. I kind of buy a sequel or something, and I'm like, oh my god, why is it so different to the first one? I don't expect it to be this different. I expect it to be the same but more or better. Yeah. Or slightly different, but not different. And I've been burned before. I've been very on the fence recently because I've never been a big Assassin's Creed person, but I really, really want to play Valhalla, and I've decided I'm taking the plunge. It's on discount at the minute. I'm going to check CD keys first, but at the minute on Epic Games launcher, it was down to £19. And I'm going to go on there and I am going to buy it and I'm going to stream it as well. And I'm looking forward to raiding England as a Viking. I really cannot wait.
I can say from my first-hand experience of that, Birdie, you'll love it.
Yeah.
I've actually played that
years ago, but now I absolutely love it because of Valhalla.
I played it on the Xbox. I got it when I bought it at Christmas. Not this Christmas, was it? It was last Christmas. Yeah, last Christmas.
Yeah, it was a launch title for the one, and
I did enjoy it. There was a few issues with it, but it just come out. It's little niggles, really, nothing serious. But yeah, I think it's a good Assassin's Creed because some of the ones before that had not been.
That's one of them games, isn't it, where they aren't the same. They do differ, I believe. I mean, I know there's kind of an underlying kind of.
There's always a reference.
But I mean, I don't know loads about them, so I can't sit here to pretend I do. But they do all look to differ quite a bit, even though they're a series, you know. So that's why I'm skeptical. That's why I remain a little bit on the fence when I think I'm going to spend that much money on a game. You know, as a family man with 3 kids, buying games is if I choose one, I can't
Yeah,
choose
of
the next
course,
one necessarily.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's where your review service could be of use to people. So
It's
definitely,
$34.99 on CD keys for Steam one.
is it really? Well,
Yeah.
there you go. So Epic Games, it's on the sales on till the 7th, I think, which is damn coming up close.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 2 days time. Yeah.
I think I'm sure it said that, so I'm gonna go buy it actually after
Yeah, it's the
this.
6th today, so it's on until tomorrow.
No, it's
Is
it's
it
the
6th?
5th today. It's the 5th today.
Is it? Oh yeah.
It's the
I was
5th
looking at
today.
the wrong thing
I'm
on my
sure it's the
computer.
7th that it ends. I think. Oh no, it might be the 16th.
So I mean,
There was,
He's
two,
confusing
there was two
himself
dates.
now.
There was 2 dates popping in my head. Either way, if you want that game, go and get it now. Don't wait.
that's one of the reasons, right, why I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Lost Ark. It's not the sort of game because I've tried to move my genre of games that I play. I've tried to increase them, and I do it with everything I do. So my movies, my music, my games, everything. I try and increase rather than just be dedicated to a certain, like say, genre of games.
Yeah.
And I was looking at because World of Warcraft was such a large game, and you could trial it on the PC. So I thought I'd give it a go, and the movement and that on it, it just wasn't. I couldn't adjust to it. It wasn't my type of game to play. But that sort of MMORPG type of game, I thought was still going to interest me. And then Lost Ark became available. It's been out a number of years in Korea, but it's just came over to the and it was quite a highly anticipated game to the point where you were struggling to actually get onto servers, and the game makers didn't realize how large it was going to be. But if you're wanting to branch out, and I mean, obviously, if you're on PC, it's a little bit more difficult if you're on. If you want to branch out and get an understanding, that's definitely one to begin with. I'd say free to play. Yeah.
Always better when it's free to play.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you've not wasted 50 quid.
And that's the thing. There's so many games on Steam or like even across like Amazon Games, they give away so many games. There's different like Origin. I think they give away like monthly games as well. There's so many platforms that just give games away, and there's so many that are for free as well. And I think that's though people pay more money for a PC. I think in the long run you could save money from it if you open your game library up to what you want to play.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one game you'd really enjoy, Pete, if you're liking The Lost Ark, you'll probably really enjoy is it New World?
Yeah,
That
see,
everyone was streaming at one point.
I've looked at
That
that,
was
and
very popular, wasn't it, for a period of time, a couple of months back.
I've just read up on that today actually because I was looking at those type of games and what's big at the moment, and that was saying it's still quite a large game. It's still got like its hardcore followers that like it and like to play it, but they've had to shrink the servers. They've had to amalgamate some of the servers. So you've actually still got people playing on servers together. Excuse me, playing on servers together because they've had like such a large drop in on that game. And I mean, if they can rectify it, games have done it. Do you know what I mean? Games have brought people back through updates and added content and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it could be a viable game. But the issue is you have to pay for it at the moment.
Yeah.
And for something
Well,
that
you mentioned the perfect Phoenix game when you started on about Lost Ark is Warcraft. They released Warcraft Classic like it was like 20 years ago or however long it's been out.
yeah.
Like people jumped back to Warcraft because they went, "Hang on a minute, I want to remember what this was like." So,
And I mean, it's people. You don't hear a lot of many people play. I talk about Warcraft, but it's such a large game, and some people that stream it continuously are in the millions of followers. But yeah, right. I want to jump back a bit because we obviously diverged, went on a few tangents from where we were, and I just want to jump back to Warzone and
yeah, that's cool.
jumping in the game with people, randomers, and the difference and the expectations of what you get from being in a game with a randomer that doesn't play the game as you would like. I wouldn't say as expected, because if they want to jump in a solo and they don't because they don't want to do comms and they don't want to ping, then that's their prerogative. But I think if you're going to jump into a game and you're playing with other people and you're part of a team game, team based, in a team, I think there is a standard that you should be following. And it is the same as what you would do if you're in fellow players that you played with on a regular basis. What do you reckon?
You want to go first, Billy, or do you want me to?
Yeah.
Jump in wherever you want to jump in.
So I think personally, coming from a lot of squad-based shooters like Battlefield 4 and the Battlefield series and Hell Let Loose and a couple other squad and armor.
Yeah.
Like where you have to be a squad, and if you want to get it right, to go in to play with like complete and utter randoms that don't give a crap about the game and stuff like that, to go in to play with like you guys, which the banter is just flying with you guys constantly, and add Poppy into the equation, it just goes mental. And it's like completely different worlds for me, having gone from this squad-based stuff to playing with randoms that don't give a crap. It's just horrible.
Yeah, I genuinely think it ruins gameplay for the person that is in it to win it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I got 20 kills and lost, I'm happy with that. I've dropped 20 kills. Do you know what I mean? If I only drop 2, 3, 4, 5 kills or something and then get a win, I'm happy with that. I didn't get as many kills, but I got the win. Do you know what I mean? So you're in it to destroy that lobby and win. That's where you want to be. That's the overall best outcome that you want to be. But when you're let down by people that come in, don't do comms, die pretty quickly, and then jump out of the game, so you're left by yourself.
That's the worst, isn't it?
Honestly, there should be a punishment for that. I think it should be if you've not long during the game, right, you've died and then left, you should be punished. You should be banned.
It should be like a timer.
Yeah,
like,
you should be banned from playing for an hour.
Persistent offenders, you know, like it's a regular thing you do. I mean, the COD community, you know, it's always kind of had that slight toxicity to it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not a secret, I don't think. But I mean, it's just the way the game's set up, though. It's not that type of game, is it? Really, it's not a real co-op game. I mean, don't get me wrong. Working as a real co-op will win you matches, will make you set from the rest. When we play regularly together, we can dominate a match.
Yeah.
Whereas those who don't won't. You know, you can have the best player in the world on a team with 3 others who don't really cover you. You know when you play with them who those people are for you. You just naturally cover each other. You don't have to really say everything. It's one of them. But what teamwork will always win. But it's not a game that's set up for that, is it? Really?
No, not all the time. And this is what I do understand that it is, and it's not always going to function as you would want. I believe that's
there was a game. There was a game which you probably will know, no doubt, Billy. That was truly, it was designed and built to be a full-on co-op game. Do you remember SOCOM? Did you play SOCOM?
I love SOCOM games. Yeah, absolutely love the SOCOM games.
SOCOM was a game where it required communications. I actually think it made you have communications on it, didn't it? I think on the PS3, so, yeah. You had to have them. You couldn't not have them. You had to, coordinate and move as a team. It wasn't running around. It wasn't a forgiving game. When you were dead, you were dead. If I remember correctly, you had to coordinate properly. Yeah. Otherwise, it wasn't a nice or fun experience. I can kind of see how that game doesn't take off and be as mainstream as COD, which is why COD is the way it is, because it's a mainstream game. You couldn't.
Rainbow Six was like it as well. The original Rainbow Six games, up until Siege, I think it was more about squad. Even though Siege is about squad as well, but it's kind of come away from its original thing.
Yeah, that's because a little bit. Let's face it. Where's the mass market? They really should, though. They really should maybe, considering this, put some real game modes into it. Just mini games where you have to co-op against each other, where you have to have comms. Maybe they should look at investing
Almost
that
like a
as a
hardcore version of Warzone itself, like
yeah,
mini
a
Warzone.
one that demands that you have comms and
Comms.
it demands
Mm.
certain things. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
totally agree.
they
That
could.
could that could be a good thing, I think. And it's
Mm,
not even that. It would if players played it and had to go down that route and then seen the benefits of actually the communications, whether that be voice pinging, um, even just helping teammates as well when they're in a situation rather than like running off into a building or so. Oh, I'm gonna go loot instead of supporting you, stuff like that.
yeah.
I think that would be good as for the whole gaming community as a whole, right? Not just as singular game mode. I think it would assist the whole community. I think.
Well, I see. That's the problem. Is it wouldn't. I don't think because that's where those games didn't take off and become as big as what COD is now.
No,
And
no.
then
What I mean is, if they put those game modes in, I think
oh,
that would
okay,
help us because the people that don't do communications at the moment, if they played it, would see and had to use it, would then
yeah,
would maybe use it more in the actual core game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
And then
Mm.
you when you jump on and you like, I'm just gonna jump on with randomers, gonna have a couple of
But you
games.
could one thing you couldn't do. You couldn't have two modes. One's for those who do it, and one's for those who don't. In terms of being two of the same, because you know fine well where everyone's going to go for their personal bests, don't you?
Yeah,
You know where all the streamers are going to go.
ones that don't.
One with the
Yeah.
noobs.
Let's go on. We'll hit Discord up. We'll pretend we've got no comms and jump in the bot server over there where
Yeah.
everyone's
Pretty
running
much.
around looking at walls.
See, I think, and this is just a personal thing, because of Call of Duty has always been multiplayer based as well as the campaign up until what 2 years ago, up until Warzone come out itself. So a lot of Call of Duty players are very solo player esque,
Yeah,
and
that's
the
right.
ones that are actually got good at Warzone are the ones that have seen past the multiplayer aspect and gone to the comms and everything else. That's what I believe.
But
Yeah, I can see where you mean.
the players I play with, so yourselves and some of the lads
Mm,
I play with, the comms go, and sometimes the comms are quite funny as well. Too. I mean, a lot of
yeah,
us say the same stuff like on me, on me, on me. He's one shot, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And that's just
Yeah, but I think you know, 100%. I think I agree with what Billy's saying. Until Blackout, Call of Duty never went near anything like this,
yeah, yeah,
mm,
and Blackout was a thing in itself. I mean, Warzone's where it really, I think, the real battle royale kind of really
yeah,
started from a mainstream point of view, I guess. And for however long Call of Duty's been out for years. I mean, every year for years, they've
2001, I
always had.
think.
Yeah, I mean,
2005 they've released
Or
every
was it?
year
you know,
since.
you always had a circle of friends who you'd go on COD with. But whether you went on with friends or whether you didn't, it made no difference when you went on a multiplayer game.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, I've played with you and Kim loads of times, Peter, in the past. It made no difference having you on there because you're all running one man army in it anyway
Yeah,
because that's
Mm,
the nature of multiplayer. You know,
yeah,
occasionally I'd try and call someone out, but you can't ping anything. And whilst you're in the heated moment, you're not even going to look at where I'm shouting because by the time you turn around and even worked out what I'm shouting at, you're probably going to get shot in the back of the head.
yeah. But
So,
we could say this right, but Warzone. So Blackout
but
was
that
previously.
ideology that's come over into Warzone. That
yeah.
mentality. Let's face it,
Yeah,
was
but Warzone's been
everyone's
out for 2 years nearly now.
yeah, but
It has
people
been out 2 years anyway. It come out in
old
March.
habits die hard, and most people are casual players.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, get off my
They go,
game. That's all I'm
they
saying.
go,
Get off my game.
they go on Warzone. They go on multiplayer. Now, even still, when they come out, they level up a few guns and they go on Warzone because it's free and it's different and it's something. Let's face it, Warzone holds the crowds. People
Yep.
play multiplayer for a few weeks, maybe a month or two, and then they're done. They
Yeah,
don't really go back to it. I didn't even play it that long, but Warzone keeps pulling me back because I just love the dynamic of a battle royale.
I did. I did.
But
Did others-
but yeah, like I don't know. It's weird though because multiplayer teaches you to fight. in multiplayer in Warzone. Well, the movements and being able to shoot and the kind of learning the mechanics of Warzone or sorry of Call of Duty helps massively in Warzone. But then that play style has to not. You can't play that play style. You have to take what the good bits that you've learned, the mechanics, the how you would fight in a heated situation. Then you almost have to kind of train your mind and muscle memory to kind of know how to play. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a weird one.
I see what you. Obviously, the thing is, the difference is now though is you could go to Modern Warfare and learn the mechanics because the mechanics on Black Ops and Vanguard are different. Yes,
different
they
engines.
don't run the same. Even
But
when
the principle though still is the same. It's the mechanics. Yeah, they are slightly different. But if you try and peek shot someone and you slide shot someone, you will still the person who slide shots, if you do it well, will win nearly every time. Or
yeah,
if you buddy hop whilst you're shooting someone and they're standing still and shooting at you, they're hitting you, you're hitting them. The buddy hopper will win because for some reason that's why Call of Duty is written. There's something in the scripting that says buddy hopping helps. You see people jumping around like morons, but it works.
it does. Yeah,
So I don't know why it works. It's just what the way the game's written, and that them habits, playing multiplayer gets you doing it that much, that quick, and constantly. Those habits carry over, and when you take them into Warzone, I tell you now, they make a world of difference. They really do.
See, I think like things like bunny hopping and no scoping and quick scoping and all that stuff has only been a thing since maybe Modern Warfare 2 or 3.
Yeah,
So playing the original Call of Duty, the World War Two ones, up
yeah, they
until
didn't
Modern
have that.
Warfare One, you never
No,
seen any of that stuff.
no, you
no.
never. And I didn't start until World at War as well. So I did World at War, then Modern Warfare 2, and then I played the original Modern Warfare when they remastered it. Though I remembered some of the maps because I'd seen it. But moving on from that, obviously this is all Warzone is based on new Modern Warfare, and then they've integrated the guns and all that. And one of the things I was excited about is when Vanguard came out, and I played the beta and I leveled up the Car 98 in the beta, and I got it. I maxed it out at level 30 as far as you could on there, and I was excited by it. I was like, oh, I really enjoyed using this. It was only on small maps in small locations, quick scoping people, looking down channels, hard scoping them out, and I was doing it, and I was spapping people with it. Then it came out on the actual game when Vanguard got released. I got it leveled up on there, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be mint. Brought it onto Warzone, garbage. Absolutely garbage. It is a pea shooter. And I'm like that.
Mm-hmm.
What? That ruined so much for me. And especially like with Caldera, it is such an open plain, like so open ground, perfect for sniping, and you just can't. And I don't like playing. I don't like playing the Caldera BR. I like playing Caldera Vanguard.
Yeah, I'd rather play the
100%.
Vanguard
Yeah.
Warzone than the BR one. Yeah,
100%.
I'm not going to go back and use the gold guns. I would prefer it if they just went right. Here's Modern Warfare. Here's Warzone. Here's Black Ops with Warzone. That's it. Here's Vanguard with Warzone, and that's it. I don't need 600 guns.
I don't think Black Ops and Modern Warfare Warzone didn't clash. I think they mixed well. Once they kind of rebalanced the guns and got them right, they were okay.
Yeah, but
Caldera is too far apart. The
there was-
World War II guns in with Cold War and Modern Warfare. You're spanning gun history over 70 years there, and it just doesn't work.
That's exactly what I was about to say there, because the Cold War and the Modern Warfare guns, they weren't too dissimilar really. Whereas there's a massive difference now, and I just think, and it's more of a map aimed towards Vanguard as well. So they should just pull everything else out of it and just make it for Vanguard and the Vanguard guns. In my opinion,
I've said from day one, as soon as Caldera come out, I said played a couple games with Pixie, and my literal immediate thought was they should have kept Verdansk for the Modern Warfare Black Ops stuff, and Caldera just for the World War II stuff.
Imagine if they did that, right? Caldera would be Battlefield 2042 now.
Honestly, I don't think so because there's enough people. Like our mentality is just to play with the World War II guns. We've seen it in lobbies.
Yeah, but
There's enough lobbies out there.
But I prefer Verdansk Caldera. That's the issue.
But
I'm in two minds
many
about
don't
that.
know. I don't think it would go down like 2042, but I do think unrealistically, from a financial perspective, you can't invest all that money in it. You wouldn't get your return
Yeah.
the same. And likewise, you couldn't put two maps out. People couldn't have both. They'd just be too big. It just doesn't logistically work.
Yeah, imagine the download and the
A few
updates.
years from
and all
now, once people got bigger hard drives and consoles start putting real hard drives in them rather
Yeah.
than silly 500 gigs and terabytes,
that. Yeah, when you've
then
got like 10
fair enough.
terabytes.
But, yeah, exactly. It should be still with nothing less than 2 these days,
Yeah.
but they don't.
Yeah.
They even
No.
still do terabytes now, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, if you had, I'll use my PS4 as an example. I've got PS Pro. If you had Modern Warfare, everything to do with Modern Warfare, so the campaign, the multiplayer, all that crap, then Black Ops on top of that, and then now Vanguard, it will take up your entire hard drive. Just 3 games.
Yeah. And it's not even free. It's not even that either, is it? It may be 3 games, but you only really use now the multiplayer to level up your weapons. So you've got these games on top of Warzone just to do leveling up, and you've literally got no space to put anything else on there.
Yeah,
it's absolutely nuts. The size of the games is just, and it's not even that as well, right? The Xbox, the new Xbox, the cost, the physical cost to put an upgraded, a greater space on your actual Xbox is astronomical. You could buy an Xbox Series S, and it costs you nearly just as much to put another terabyte of hard drive on there. It is ridiculous.
Yeah,
a friend of mine had bought the PS5 the day it came out. He was one of the lucky ones who got one, and he put an external hard drive into it, a 4 terabyte, I believe, and he installed Warzone essentially, and it corrupted the entire hard drive. Like literally, the day it was the upgrade almost. That you could download it, put it onto his external hard drive. It wouldn't load, so he uninstalled it, and then reinstalled it, and then it corrupted the hard drive.
Nice.
It's a joke, isn't it?
It is. It's not. I just like I don't understand how they could justify it. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And considering like the majority of people that do play, I know that like it, as we say in our bios as well for me and Martin, the amount of people, it's 40% of the Earth's population that game, right? And a lot of them that we know as well, and family people, whether that be male or female. And normally then do have children as well, because I've got 2 little boys who game. My missus likes to game, though she pinches my PC more. And the cost of obviously maintaining that within the family is expensive, and it's even more expensive when the new consoles come out, which used to be 10 or more years, right, between consoles, the generations. From Xbox One to Xbox Series X, only about 7 years, was it? I think it was 7 or 8 years. Less. It's less now, right? It costs more for the console. Fair dues, it is going to cost more for the console. Everything's getting more expensive. Cost of living and everything's getting more expensive. We won't go into that because
that makes sense.
But charging 250 quid or whatever it was for more storage space on an Xbox is disgusting.
It's just companies being greedy, man. That's just the joke.
Yeah, no, to be fair, that's just screw them. You just buy an external, you know what I mean? It works just as well. I've got 3 terabytes
Xbox, you get the
total, I think.
You've got you get the cloud service.
Well, I've got 2.5 terabytes on my Xbox because I pretty much bought a hard drive straight.
Yeah, but what they say, Martin, is on the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X, your Series S and Series X games won't play unless you've got them on the internal hard drive or the Xbox Seagate expanded SSD hard drive.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like 150 quid on its own.
It was more than that, wasn't it? It was 200 and something £200.
What?
Yeah, it was honestly.
Do you know what the answer is? Buy PC.
Yeah, buy PC. Yeah, mine cost me just a tad, little bit more than what it would do for 5 Xbox Series X's.
All the PlayStation exclusives seem to be coming out on the PC on Steam right now. So
But
Yeah, true. There's
oh,
not as much of a gap these days, actually, with some games. They used to be like a game will come out on a console and it'll come out for the PC a year later. You know,
Yeah.
that's not happening as much now.
we're talking about PCs, right? We're saying get a PC. You actually don't even need to get a PC now. Yeah, there's a new handheld console come out.
the Steam
The Steam Deck.
Yeah, yeah.
350 quid, I
Yeah.
think it is. You can play it. Obviously, I don't know if you can plug keyboard and mouse in it. There is talk of a dock coming as well, so it'll be something like a Nintendo Switch. Which, if it comes with a dock and you can then use keyboard and mouse, you've got yourself £350 PC that'll play a large number of Steam games, which is really good. And Steam have said we are more than willing to incorporate Xbox Game Pass on Steam for the Steam Deck. So that is a possibility if you're looking at branching out from consoles.
Good shout.
Am I right in thinking they're adding a VR element to it as well? Because Steam's got VR built into it anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, with the Steam you can use VR headsets, and there's a load of different ones you can use. Because I've got one.
The Oculus works with Steam.
Because Martin's got one, and you can see one in the background up there on my, which obviously you two can't see, but the stream can see. And I actually got some. I got some new pops today as well.
What we got? I collect them. So what we got?
So I got another Rick and Morty, the Floopy Land Pet Rick and Morty. I got that one, and this one I really do like. I am looking for the Hodor one of Game of Thrones, but I got the Mountain Game of Thrones
in the armor.
In the army, yeah, with his helmet off, and you can see like the red eyes and all that. So yeah,
I got a giant Batman yesterday.
Thanks to the missus for them today.
I want Goku.
I got a giant Batman yesterday from the new Batman movie.
If anybody wants to get into them or is into them, B&M is probably one of the best places you can go for the pop figures. They do them cheap, and they do some quite good ones. There's a He-Man in there at the moment. The 10-inch one, the big one. They've got the He-Mans in where I'm at.
I need to get one.
Which would be quite a good collectible.
I've got the giant Optimus Prime, so I have to get one.
Nice.
Yeah. If they do a giant Megatron one, I'm getting one.
Yeah.
100%.
But obviously, my stream name DigiPete originates when I was a child, and I loved Digimon because I wasn't really. I do have.
I preferred it to the Pokemon series.
I genuinely did. I thought I had a better storyline to it, and I've got the map one from Digimon, and I'm trying to get some of the Digi figures from it. So
nice.
I remain true and loyal to Pokemon. Mate, so,
See, I didn't watch the TV. I played the first 3 Game Boy games, but I didn't really watch that much of the TV series.
I played the games.
I even had the stickers and everything, man.
I never had the cards or anything. I had.
I swear to God, if they redid like red or blue or yellow on the Switch now, I'd be buzzing.
Yellow's redone on the Switch, by the way.
Is it properly yellow? Not with all these new Pokemon on. I don't like these new.
Yellow. It's called Let's Go Pikachu.
So that's me sorted. Might even try and stream it. I need to contact Average Dad and ask Average Dad how he gets his. I think Average Dad's the only streamer that's learned to put a Switch through the PC.
Oh no, I've done it.
You have to use a capture card.
Yeah, you do. I've got one.
Yeah, so, you just put it through the capture card because I bought one and was going to get Kim to do it on her Super Mario account, but the one I bought was garbage and I had to send it back. So be careful which ones you buy if you get them from Amazon. Some of them are crap. If I'd left it long enough, it probably would have
went on mine. It was about 90 quid, so it should be okay enough.
I think the first stream of mine that you jumped in, Beard, was actually me playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, no, it was. I didn't realise you were doing it on the Switch, though.
Yeah, definitely Switch. Yeah.
I'm having a look on CD Keys, Matt, and see if it's available for you for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
It's called Let's Go Pikachu.
It is, yes, and it's $7.99. but they don't have it in. They don't have it. Oh, wait there. Oh yeah. Oh no, that was
Well,
for the
I'm
3DS.
just gonna let you know now. I've just bought Valhalla anyway. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I was
I'm a
wondering
proud
what you
owner
were
of it.
doing. You were looking like you were concentrating a wee bit.
So, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Kim's saying there she wants the Stranger Things pops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
so
got 3 that are boxed that I don't want anymore, by the way.
send me some pictures, Billy, and we'll get some
Yeah, we'll
arranged.
do.
There you go, Kim. See, this is what it's about, the contacts and the sharing the love. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're gonna start a
Right.
marketplace. Right. Anyway, carry on.
Where were we at? Where were we at? Right. So playing with a team is much better. Right. So
Hmm?
if you've got a consistent team that you can play with, so the majority of the time I'll play with Martin. I've got Adam that I play with. We used to do the coaching on Mondays. Just said he's got a space, so I might see if I can jump on that. With another couple of streamers that I play with, Tonna and Mike the Knife, and we did well as a team. So I've not been playing as well lately because I've been branching out on more games. But it's good to have the set teams that you play with. Like Martin was saying, you know your weakness, you know your strengths, know what you can expect from your team members with the comms and things, and who's going to go to the buy station. If I'm playing and I'm in a team, vast majority of the time, I'll be at the buy station. The people will know, drop the cash, I'll get to the buy station, I'll go and get something.
Well, it's just like the team I play with at the minute, who we've set up a little tourney team. We've kind of been practicing, and there's just been so many times when I've pushed a team, and suddenly I'm in a fight with them, or they're pretty good and they're sweaty and they move out of the way or whatever, and I've run out of ammo, and I'm reloading, and they kind of get a position, they're just about to kill us, and then Mike snipes their head off. Do you know what I mean? He's just covering us that whole time. I'm not shouting where they are. I'm not anything. I mean, I'm engaged with them, and he's overlooking that, and he pops them for us. Just gives us that couple of seconds. I reload, and then I carry on fighting. We push out the team, and we destroy them. And it's happened so many times. And we just have
you
it.
kind of become telepathic in a way.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
don't
Like
have to
I
talk
don't
at
say
all
where we're
half.
moving, but I can always know where I'm going. We're kind of all three of us are covering an angle. The way we move, it's quite natural. It just it's working. So we thought, you know what, set up Tony team, and
Yeah, the guys that I used to run with when I first come back to Warzone after going back to Battlefield 5, it was just we were on the same level constantly. It was like, yeah, he's over there, and they would know exactly where he was all the time.
Yeah.
And it helps, obviously, knowing. I mean, the difficulty was when Caldera first came out was knowing the map and being able to give the communications of where people are. Like if they're in a set tower over there near those. But do you know what I mean? Knowing those little pods of places, and it's not. I don't know whether it's harder or easier with Caldera because there's less points of interest, so you're not going to be in the locations and you're trying to say to people like, "Oh, they're in that building, this building," because there's less of them, and there's more open ground. But then the difficulty becomes there is describing where they are in open ground. That's obviously where the ping system comes in and being able to back them up.
Yeah, but I also think as well, we had the better part of 2 years playing on Verdansk.
Yeah.
Near enough 2 years.
Year and a half, say, yeah.
So we were experienced. We knew exactly where everything was. We all had random nicknames for different buildings and stuff like that. So it became second nature. So I'm giving Caldera the benefit of the doubt on that one because it's still so new. It's only been out 5 months, if that. So we're still learning.
The next to the tree, big tree. Which tree?
Yeah, exactly.
Behind the rock, in a bush.
Which rock?
Remember that bush that I give
You've pretty much just shouted out about 50 coordinate positions at the entire map.
Yeah.
The green field. There's only peak, I think it differs.
Like I said previously, you can only get better with Caldera. Do you know what I mean? The only things that can get worse is the break stuff, right? But they're going to break stuff as they try and fix things and make things better. And like I said previously, they're adding things in now. They've been pretty quick to put new stuff in. So then we had the Christmas stuff, obviously the break, and we're trying to get things repaired. They repaired it. They've like, look, we know it's broken. We're gonna delay season 2, and then we're gonna get the stuff out on there. I think season 2 overall at the moment, personally, I think it's a bit of a letdown. I just don't think there's enough content in it that's useful to the game. But at least they're trying. Do you know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
what more can we ask for? Do you know what I mean? If it was like Christmas where we weren't getting anything and they were just on the leave and there was, or however long they were on, nothing was happening. If it was like that, then we at least just doing stuff. We haven't got long now as well until till the mid-season update as well. So we'll see what comes from that.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that, and we'll cover everything.
That's it. We'll just be getting. The tourneys have been kind of reintroducing back into lately, just the rebirth ones. That'll probably end up changing. They'll get the new map in.
Well, it will, because obviously you're not going to run tourney straight away on there until obviously you know the map.
Well, that's it. That's what I mean. Like we've got the tourney teams up and running, kind of like hitting games every week to get used to it. Then suddenly the rug will be
yeah.
So,
and I mean, we'll see what it's like. See what they do. It might just be an island update. It could be a whole new island. We've got literally no idea. And to be honest with you, which is really weird because we are so close. We are so close to a possible update.
I don't think the new island will come yet. I really don't think it'll come yet. I think they'll save it for Warzone 2.
I think they need to put it as a new island because everything's streamed on World War 2 right now. So it needs to be a smaller, like the size of the Rebirth Island at the moment. It needs to be a smaller World War 2.
Yeah, but there's nothing about. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say.
I tell you what, I would like to see.
But I wouldn't say it seems that modern as a map. You know, at the end of the day, it's just some buildings and tents. It's only the guns that you run in it and the attack equipment. You know what I mean?
It's just Alcatraz at the end of the day. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Alcatraz is a canny old prison. So
yeah, definitely. Definitely grown. That map's even more so with Caldera coming out. That map's grown more on me. I really like it. There's a lot of people. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, it doesn't get ruined. Because I think it is the glue at the moment. I think if people get frustrated with Caldera, that is there to and keep Warzone propped up. We'll see what happens. We don't know. Like I say, there's not much chatter at the moment. As I would have expected more, especially like people put snippets out of information. Maybe what's not been a lot, but whether it happens or not.
The only way is up at the end of the day. They've hit their bottom with the break a couple months ago. The only way it can be up. Simple as that.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
So I think, is there any more topics you want to talk about? Because I'm going to start sort of rounding up.
Yeah, I was literally just about to do the exact same thing as well.
So I'm thinking, like, just to keep an eye out on Dr. B Gaming for some future things that are coming up in the next week, which we'll probably touch upon in the next episode of Boards and Banter. I could be working another Fortnite streaming this week. I had a lot of fun on it last week. Me and Billy actually played. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think I need to jump in on this.
Honestly, it was a laugh. It was such a nice breath of fresh air, and we worked well together. And it was fun. And we were quite new to it. We had one of my followers who's quite experienced, clearly. She was helping us out a lot. So it was good. It was nice to have
me saying she needs practice. And I was like, you need practice.
Well, we should probably retire then. But no, honestly, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. So you might see some more of that in the coming week. I've just bought Assassin's Creed. I'm going to start doing a chilled stream at least once a week, depending on my stream schedule. It might fall to once a fortnight. It depends if I'm not on much in a week, then I might fall back a week.
Just hit the nail on the head there, Matt, and it was exactly right with the other games as well. So relaxation.
I'm gonna have a chilled stream of just a walkthrough RPG. I want to play Valhalla, so that's gonna be once a week at least.
You need to ensure that you say Assassin's Creed Valhalla and not just Valhalla because.
No, I know. I don't worry. It'll be going on my page anyway. There'll be more promo on it. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'll be playing a bit of that coming up as well. So I won't be live though. I don't think now until Tuesday though. So that's kind of what I've got a busy weekend on Monday. So I'll
I think I need to. I think
like to see
I've done
Tuesday.
one stream this week, and I did about 3 hours. So I need to get a short one in somewhere. So I might see what I do. I might do some.
I am in a few tourneys though, so you can keep an eye out for that actually. So I am I'm in a tourney Tuesday and Thursday. I was playing with that kid yesterday. I don't know if you've heard of him, um, but he's good friends with Y8, and I invited. Well, I was talking to him yesterday, and I ended up going to a tourney with him. So I could be a few more of them to come because he seemed keen to play some more. So that's either going to happen next week or the week after. That'll get another one there.
And
So
so I've got a few streamers at the moment that we're looking at. So me, Beardy, Greybeard, and Scarface Gaming as well. We're looking at setting up, like we mentioned earlier, the hide and seek tournament. So it's going to be, we're just going to put it out there. It'll be first come first served when the spots are filled. Whether you come in as singleton and just fill a squad, or you actually bring a squad in with you, whichever way you want to do it. I don't think we're going to too fussed over that really. We will put some notifications out for it, and we will put some extensive list of rules that will need to be followed to ensure that obviously fair and everybody has much fun as possible within it. And we're going to look at maybe put a small pot of winnings in it. See what that is. It's not going to be large because we're going to see what it's like, how it plays out, what the feelers are like for people actually wanting to join and play it. We think it'll be quite good because it is quite fun to play, and
yeah,
it's not bad to watch. It's quite so
I'm
we'll
definitely down for it.
keep an eye
cool,
out for
mate.
that across my page, DGP, and for my Dr. Beard.
That's right. Billy, what about you? Any
Gonna
plans to leave
stream
up
some
for?
Elden Ring at some point tomorrow. Jumping on with you possibly on Wednesday for Fortnite. Other than that, just sort of chilling, doing some video editing for the reviews that I've got coming out, and streaming when I can, and streaming random games as well. But
I'm thinking
into Elden
Wednesday
Ring
could
at the
be
moment.
I'm
So
thinking Wednesday could be a good Fortnite day. If I can squeeze it in this week, that's when it'll be. So
yeah, keep me in touch with that one, and
yeah.
let Alison and Poppy know. If not, I'll jump on with them on Wednesday anyway, because
Yeah.
they were both up for it on Wednesday anyways.
Yeah.
You'll have to let me know. I'm working. I'm over working away for team meeting on Wednesday. I'm hoping to get back in time for my circuit training that I do on a Wednesday night. So I wouldn't probably be on until about at least 8 o'clock if we did it on Wednesday. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But
Well,
anyways,
yeah.
Well, cheers for having me on, boys.
no,
Right.
more than welcome, Billy. We
Really
hope you
appreciate
it gets you out there a little bit. You get some followers from it. Make sure you keep an eye out on his page for his streams that he's upcoming. Let's say he does a lot of different various games, and he does have his Schitt Reviews as well, which I'm sure he will have some notifications on soon as well about the ones out coming out shortly. And you can watch his one for Dying Light 2. Hopefully, will help. For you, a bit of the game, a bit of what he thinks about it, and whether you may want to buy it or not.
Yeah, man.
But
Spotty dog.
At some point, I'll just put the feeler out there for you. At some point, that either of you want to get involved, or both of you, as Bullets and Banter, or as DigiP or Dr. Beard, want to get involved in a review of a game at some point.
well, I could definitely do some of the games. I could maybe do Elden Ring, Lost Ark, or so
Yeah.
Whatever ideas you have, drop
we used to do
drop what
Fortnite.
you need. Drop us a
Yeah.
message.
I can run it by you anyway, so we can go from there.
No, appreciate it. I'll jump on.
Right,
Yeah, that's it. That's the wrap, people.
done and dusted for this week.
It's been a long one this week, but it's been good. It's worked really well. I think having Jack on, Billy, aka Jack Shit, on as an interviewee has been good. I think that bit of banter between the three of us and a bit of a different understanding of games and the various games as well. I think it's worked really well. So I think this is move forward with. We are going to look at obviously altering how it displays when it's coming into your face balls, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. And we'll get it sorted. If any of you have an idea of how we can split that up, whether we use different applications, teams, or anything like that, please do give us a shout. We are going to try and have a look at it after this, because we do try and do a bit of background work, obviously, to improve it and make it better for yourselves. But honestly, from me, as always, massive thank you. We do this for the love and for the share and play games. But a massive thank you from me. Anything from you, man?
Yeah, pretty much what I said before. Keep an eye for the week ahead. We'll review it on Saturday. And for more information on anything Dr. B is doing, go on to Dr. B Gaming or go on to DigiPeak Game for him. Oh, we've got Jack Shipman Man here as well. We can keep an eye on his future projects. We will be having him back as well in the future to review how his reviews are going and to push it out further as it grows. But until then, we'll see you. We'll see you in the games, on the battlefields, and in
cheers,
the
everybody.
world.
Massive thanks to Billy, and we'll see you next week, 5 p.m. Cheers, everyone.
Guys.